Greetings, you gluttonous guests. I hope you are doing well. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Now, today, I want to first of all start off by saying thanks to everyone who suffered through that batch of Crack-A-Packs with the real crunchy audio. You see, we record these in batches, a little peek behind the curtain here, and we knew immediately after recording that we'd messed up a little bit, but you know, that didn't stop you from still seeing it and quite rightly telling us that the audio was bad, at which point we had already recorded more Crack-A-Packs with correct audio. So it was a whole thing. But today, we're back on having James listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth as it happens, and the audio should be much cleaner, as they have been in other videos for some time. The point is, today, we're going to look at this, which is the Crimson Vow pre-release kit. For those who watched the Crimson Vow pre-release, you will have seen us opening these and building our decks out of them. And I figured I would go into a little bit of the unboxing experience for what you're going to find in a pre-release kit. And I'm going to open one of the boosters because we don't need to really get into the weeds. You ever read the fine print on one of these? I hadn't until just now. It's interesting. It talks about the chances of opening all the various things that are in it. Draft boosters may contain these Vow cards, 1 to 328. Them being the collector number. Each draft booster includes 1 card of rarity rare or higher and 3 uncommon, 10 common, and 1 land cards. Foil mythic borderless planeswalker in less than 1% of boosters. Traditional foil of any rarity replaces a common in 33% of boosters. Details, magic.wizards.com/product rarities. Magic designed by Richard Garfield. So, neat. Very plain on the front of the pre-release kit. Very sexy looking Sorin on the back of the pre-release kit. I don't know where this art is from. I guess just here, because it certainly isn't one of the ones from one of the cards. He's not looking mirthless here. He's looking. Inside, it's pretty as expected for our pre-release kit. You get a spin down die with the set symbol in the 20, and we are back to spin down, so no using those for AFR. And then inside there are, oh, right. Inside there's a little box with nothing inside it, but it's a good placeholder to keep the die on top of. Anyway, inside there is a divider, which I'll just leave in the box. There's a card with an arena code, which I'll leave there. 6 booster packs, the promo, and this, which is an invitation and how to build a pre-release deck. So there's information about the mana curve and the binding of vows of Olivia Voldaren and Edgar Markov. It doesn't say we've been invited, it's just saying the binding of vows. A wedding is happening. Isn't that nice for you? And around which it says, the bride pledges her heart to the groom and he his undying affection to her, blood and famine, violence and peace, in eternal life and through moments struggle, the two shall rule this land until its people are no more, the heron's blood makes it so. Which is incredibly metal, and were I not already married, I would probably use those vows myself. Now, into... Good Lord. There we are. Into the promo card. Why can't I words already? Into the promo card. We have Helena and Elena, partners. These were characters printed first in Commander Legends, printed with partner, and now they're on the same card. 2 red-green for a 2/3 human ranger with first strike and reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is Helena and Elena's power. That creature gains haste until end of turn. Got a nice foil treatment with the little embossed 2021 on it. Looking very nice. Also in the little pack with that is a day-night token, as before, and 3 of the things where you can fill in your own double-faced cards if you so desire. I prefer to use sleeves, so those can go away. Let's open a booster. Fresh pack. Maybe I should stop doing that. First up, wow, the first card in the pack is the fancy vampire cool frame. It's Falconwrath Celebrants. 4 and a red for a 4/4 vampire with menace, and when they enter the battlefield, create 2 blood tokens. Now, at time of recording, I have not played Crimson Vow, so I'm operating very much in the dark. In fact, if it's not in my pre-release kit, I don't even know any of these cards. But for a common, it seems pretty good. 4/4 menace for 5 and you get 2 blood tokens. Yeah, the blood tokens inherently aren't like astonishing on their own, but you get to do other cool stuff with them, so I kind of dig them. Repository Scob, 3 and a blue for a 3/3 zombie with exploit, and when it exploits a creature, return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. Exploit, as a reminder, means that when it enters the battlefield, you can sacrifice a creature to do the thing, and it can be its own creature. You probably want it to be like some terrible little token you have kicking around. I'm looking forward to Innistrad double feature where exploit and all of the decayed zombies are in the same draft environment. That sounds fun. In this case, I guess at worst it's 4 mana and you sacrifice itself to get a instant or sorcery back if you really need an instant and sorcery very badly. Otherwise, I mean, 3/3 sack something irrelevant and get something back seems also a very good common. Okay. Vampire Slayer. How has there not been a card called Vampire Slayer before now? Wow, alright. 1 and a white for a 2/2 human soldier. Whenever Vampire Slayer deals damage to a vampire, destroy that creature. Just like Dinosaur Hunter from Ixalan. It's almost exactly the same, except in white instead of in black. Sure. Fine. Blood Petal Celebrant. 1 and a red for a 2/1 vampire. Blood Petal Celebrant has first strike as long as it's attacking. And when it dies, create a blood token. Surely most things should create a blood token when they die. Was she just extra full of blood? Like when you hit a mosquito that's just fed on you and you're like, smack, ah, blood token all over my hand. Yeah, card seems fine. Rural Recruit. That is a large pig. 3 and a green for a 1/1 human peasant with training. When it enters the battlefield, you create a 3/1 green boar creature token. Look at this. There's no way that's a 3/1. That's like a 3, I don't know, 12? It's not even 3. It's holding a sickle in its mouth. It's got a bloody sickle in its mouth. That pig's like a, I don't know, like a 5/8? Like, this is an absolute unit of an oinker. There's no way that's a 3/1. The human has training. Whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. That pig is teaching this peasant how to fight. That's the flavor of this card. That pig is teaching this farmer how to fight. Wow. I love it. Persistent Specimen is next. It's a single black mana for a 1/1 skeleton, and for 2 and a black, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Cool. It's like a more expensive reassembling skeleton. Like the ability is more expensive. It's cheaper up front, and it's a worse creature, I think. Yeah, all right. You know what? Fine. Sometimes, you know what is really good in the exploit deck? A garbage skeleton that, I'm sorry, I don't mean to hurt your feelings. A garbage skeleton that can come back from the graveyard over and over again. Apprentice Sharpshooter, 2 and a green for a 1/4 human archer with reach and training. So you just get to keep making it bigger. Nice. Honestly, 1/4 reach for 3, we've already proven that that's good with the Bird Admirer. This one doesn't get angry just when it becomes nighttime. This, you gotta actually like get it into the red zone a little bit, but pretty good. Honored Heirloom, 3 mana artifact, tap to add 1 mana of any color, and 2 and tap to exile target card from a graveyard. After the travails, runechanters set about repairing twisted symbols of Avacyn as the first step in restoring faith in the church. Because they are rebuilding what looks like a stained glass, like a gold and jeweled stained glass version of Avacyn's collar, the symbol of her church. It looks very nice. Also, I like that it's repeatable graveyard exile rather than the things what always you have to sacrifice them. You can really keep on top of someone's graveyard with that. Evolving Wilds is back and is still Evolving Wilds. Thanks for being Evolving Wilds. Fearful Villager, 2 and a red for a 2/3 human werewolf with menace. Nice. 2/3 menace for 3, sure. It's got the old daybound, nightbound werewolf, and it turns into Fearsome Werewolf, which is 4/3 with menace. Oh no, his hat. When he turns into a werewolf, he loses his hat. Frenzied Devils, 4 and a red for a 3/3 devil with haste, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Frenzied Devils gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Alright, I like the persistence in devils caring about casting spells. That seems cool. You could probably make this a 5/5 with reasonable regularity. 5 mana, a bit pricey, but I'm on board. Pack Song Pup. It's a 1/1 for 1 and a green with enormous paws. And it says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control another wolf or werewolf, put a +1/+1 counter on Pack Song Pup. And when it dies, you gain life equal to its power, presumably filling you with the energy you will need to exact revenge on whoever dared kill your lovely doggo. Perhaps the Fell Stinger, 2 and a black for a 3/2 zombie scorpion with death touch and exploit, and when you sacrifice a creature, like that dog, it's making a real argument for being good exploit fodder, but I'm not suggesting it. You draw 2 cards, I'm sorry, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. So you could actually just get someone with it. If you get them down to 2, you can play Fell Stinger, cast it, or sack it to itself, and get them. But having a Sign in Blood stapled to this seems pretty sweet, even if the art unsettles me tremendously. I don't know, it's something about the white scorpion with the double stinger. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. Our rare is Concealing Curtains. It's a single black mana for a 0/4 wall with Defender, and for 2 and a black, transform Concealing Curtains as a sorcery, and it transforms into Revealing Eye. Holy crap. Holy F. No. It's a 3/4 eye horror with menace, and yes, it is menacing. When this creature transforms into Revealing Eye, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, that player discards that card, then draws a card. This is horrifically upsetting, and I don't like it. And I think that maybe putting the Eldrazi into the moon had some side effects that the people of Innistrad don't seem particularly bothered about, but I do, because I'm not someone from Innistrad. Then we have a Day-Night token and one of those double-face card tokens, and we have a very fancy island, which you'll love to see. The nice little black and white islands. I think these basic lands look cool, if perhaps a little tricky to tell which ones are not swamps. So obviously when we are recording this, we don't have any way to check on prices or anything. So I will just tell you that in draft, I mean, I would probably take this horrible eye just because it seems like something that would be good to play around with. That or the, I don't know, the Fell Stinger maybe, quickly looking through it. Yeah, probably the eye or the stinger. Obviously, Helena and Elena are not in the pack for purposes of like what I would first pick in a draft, but I would definitely try to build them into a sealed deck. So, yeah, that's it for the Crack-a-Pack. I'm not going to open all 5 of these because then that would be a very long video, and while that would be entertaining, that's not actually what this video is meant to be about. So we've cracked a pack. Thanks everybody for watching, and do check out both the VOD of the pre-release and all of the extra video content that we made for the pre-release, which is in the VOD, or eventually will be also on the channel in its individual substituent parts. That's not a word that I just made up. Constituent parts? All the little pieces, if you prefer to share them around individually like that. That's it for the Crack-a-Pack. Everything we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Check out our store for various merch, including magic stuff. Thanks to James for being here running the board, and to Matt for the edit, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.